This is my architecture desk setup, and it also becomes a backdrop for all of my content. Today I will show you what's on my architecture desk and all of the equipment that I use as an architectural designer and content creator. My name is Thomas Rowntree. I'm an aspiring architect and an architecture content creator. I document my journey within architecture and share my experiences as an architectural designer. Before we dive into the video, I have seen that only 25% of you who watch my videos are subscribed to the channel. So please hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out hugely. It is crucial for me to have a space for sketching, model making, producing all of my architectural drawings, whilst also filming, producing and editing all of my videos. So I have built this setup as a great working and filming space. And this wall here is fake. So welcome to my architecture desk setup. First things first is this big desk. I bought this desk about 4 or 5 years ago in my second year undergraduate degree, and it's treated me absolutely amazing. You can see it's got some scratches where I've been making models over the years, etc. But it's really great because I can have everything on it with my laptop, keyboard, mouse, but I can also roll the tracing paper out, have easy access to tracing paper that I can roll out and get sketching on. I can bring in models and do some model making. And I just really love having a big space so that I can get all of my stuff onto the table and I don't feel restricted. And I can tell you the exact dimensions of it: 1.6 meters by 80 centimeters. So it's pretty big. The next thing is the keyboard, mouse and desk mat. So this is a felt desk mat that I got off Amazon. Fairly cheap thing and it works really well. A lot of the things that I buy, I tend to buy with a color scheme. So as you can see, I've got the grays, the blacks, the browns. The white doesn't necessarily fit the theme really well at the moment. So eventually I'll probably buy a black desk or a wood desk. But currently we've got the black theme with the black Dell keyboard, with the black mouse. And then I've also got the black laptop. I built this Dell XPS15 with a Core Intel i7 processor, 32 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of solid state drive. This laptop has treated me really well for all of my 3D modeling, all of my rendering and visualizations as an architectural designer. The software that I use for my 3D modeling is Rhino 3D, and I use D5 Render and Enscape as my visualization programs. I use Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop and InDesign for all my post-production work. If you want a full breakdown of these specs and why I chose this specific laptop, watch this video, which is linked down below in the description. And all of the equipment that I'll be showing in this architecture desk setup is also linked down below, so you can check those out. As an extension to my laptop, I have this ultra-wide Samsung monitor. I absolutely love this monitor because when I'm doing my architectural drawings or video editing or anything in kind of major detail, I can really look into it and have many tabs open, have drawings open with references on my laptop, and I can flick between the two screens. And at the top of my monitor, I've got a BenQ screen bar, which I absolutely love. It gives a really nice down lighting when you're working in the evenings, and you can change the temperature, which I like to have it on a nice warm one. You can change the brightness, etc. The lighting of my space is absolutely fundamental for me working, as I like a nice well-lit space with nice warm soft lighting, but also for filming and having a backdrop for all of my content. All of my lights are adjustable, so you can change the temperature and also increase or decrease the light intensity. And those things are sat on this Bololo cockpit setup. This is the walnut setup cockpit by Bololo, and you can build this yourself. The main component of this setup is the large monitor stand, but then you've got all the extra features that you can add to this. So you can make additions such as the laptop stand, you can buy small and large scale trays, you could buy an iPhone stand, an iPad stand, all of the features that I have on my setup. And the great thing is that all of these features are built into the large monitor stand, so you've got a really seamless and productive setup. If you want to add any of these Bololo products into your setup, you can use the link down below in the description and use the discount code Thomas Rowntree to get yourself 10% off your order. And underneath that, you've got storage where I have my tracing paper, my ruler, my notepad. So I always have this at the ready so I can make notes whenever, clearly, because I have so many notes in it. And then I've got obviously all my tracing paper, which I use this often. I get this to hand quite often when I'm doing any type of work, because I like to look back at my work for inspiration. I like to look back for creating content and to film any work that I've done in the past. So that works really well being there. And underneath my desk, I have an A3 tracing pad and cutting mat, which the cutting mat is a little bit of a state at the moment with all the Yoo-hoo glue. This is a sign of good use. I personally like having tracing paper as close as possible, so if I ever get an idea that pops into my head, I can act upon it quickly. And then down here, we've got access to some of my favorite drawing books. So you've got the diagrams of architecture, and then you've got a book from one of my good friends, Drawing Attention, which got some really nice process drawings and really beautiful book to kind of have reference to. I also have some more books piled up here. So I use this stand to just have a bit of storage. Happiness of Architecture is a great book. I've got my dissertation, my Masters of Architecture dissertation. I've got my speaker because I listen to music all of the time whilst I'm working, full blast. I've got my Canon G7X Mark II at the ready up here, and some various other stuff for the kind of filming setup and microphones, etc. And then over here in this corner, we've got my Blue Yeti microphone, which I use a lot. I've got access to all my pens, pencils, etc. I've got this phone holder because sometimes I like to put a light on it whilst I'm filming, and I've got my Bang & Olufsen headphones, which I use when I'm editing videos. And then up here, we've got just some work that I've done in the past. This is a topography model, which I did in my first year Masters of Architecture, and I just like to have it with me whilst I'm doing my work and also whilst having it in the background of filming. And then this is a piece of work that I did in my third year undergrad. And then we've got some storage. You don't really want to see what's in here. There's just random bits and bobs. But I have some constraints. I can't afford an office or studio space, and my bedroom is absolutely tiny. So I'm currently set up at the end of my sister's bedroom. So this is my desk space as an architectural designer and content creator. So when I turn this into a film space, all I have to do is bring this acoustic panel over, which I built with just some plywood and acoustic kind of padding. I put that here up against this wall, and then it turns into a little film studio, which works really well. And to shoot all of my architecture content, I use a Canon EOS RP with a 15 to 35mm RF lens. And the rest of my equipment is fairly affordable stuff off Amazon. I don't feel like I need to heavily invest in all of my other equipment. And that is my architecture and content creation setup. I hope it gave you some inspiration for your working environment. And thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please smash the thumbs up button, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.